creating reports, right? As we know that reports are what? They are hard copies of your data extracted from your tables. So it's not that just that your data is extracted from the table and displayed, but you can also create queries and you can create reports on your queries also. So we will see one example of that. We'll try to create a report based on a query. So we'll go to the report section here. First, let me switch on the required things. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we will go to the report over here, reports, right? And we'll wait for it to open. Now we are over here and the first step, that is field selection. Okay, as you can see that we can select queries also. So like we had already created a lot many queries here. Suppose I want to select this query, CNAME, vcode, vehicle type, join, that is joining two tables, and kilometers greater than 90. Suppose I select this query, and these are the fields which are available in the queries. So we will send it to the fields in the report. Go to next. Labels we can change from here. Customer name. Then we go to the next one. V code, or we write here vehicle code. Then we go to the next, vehicle type. Then we go to the next, distance in kilometers. So this is how I have provided labels to all the fields. Then we go to next. And do you want to add grouping levels? So I'm not adding grouping levels because this grouping doesn't work in OpenOffice base. We have to see this grouping. If you want to see effect of grouping, you will have to use LibreOffice base. This is one drawback of OpenOffice base, which we will be seeing in the subsequent, in today's class only, we will be seeing after seeing this basic thing. Now we go to next. We are not adding any grouping levels, but we are going to add some sort order. So normally you can provide a sort order up to 4 fields. But what happens is when you apply sorting order up to 4 fields, the total effect of sorting is gone. You are not, when you check the output, you are not able to actually figure out how sorting has been done. So it should not be done more than 2 fields. Okay, so here I am only going to consider one field, that is customer name, that is sorting according to customer name. Or we can also do it like, first we can sort the table based on the vehicle type, and then within each vehicle type we can sort the customer name. So we are going to first sort the records based on vehicle type, and then based on the customer name within each vehicle type. Then we go to the next. So as I clicked on next, you can see something appeared in the background. That is all the fields along with some sample dummy data into it. Okay, that is not the actual data. It is actually a placeholder text just to see or check the layout of your report. Now the next step, that is the fifth step, which is choose layout. We have the default layout right now. If you want, you can change this layout by selecting various options. Suppose I selected the highlighted layout right now. Then you have layout of headers and footers. So this first box is for changing the layout of data, and the second box will be for changing the layout of header and footer. Header is the topmost area and footer is the bottommost area here. Like you can see here, this is controlling, this is cinema, this is finances, this is drafting, and so on. And formal with company logo, generic. So this way you can select any layout for headers and footers which is applicable. And orientation can be changed to landscape or portrait. Currently this is landscape orientation. You can change it to portrait orientation also. It will appear like this. So let me keep it as landscape only for the time being. Then we go to the last step, that is create report. Now what report name you want to give, you can just provide a name. Already it is descriptive, I will just change it to report. And what kind of report you want to create, static report or dynamic report? So I already explained the difference between the two yesterday. Static report is one where you can create a report by extracting data from the underlying table, but the effect will not be, but the underlying table will be detached from the report once it is created. So later on, whenever you make changes in the underlying table, those changes will not be reflected in the static report. But in dynamic report, if you make changes into the underlying table, even many days after report has been created, the changes are very well reflected in the report. Okay. How do you want to proceed after creating the report? Modify report layout or create the report? So you can choose to modify the report layout, but we can always do it later on also. So I'm going to create report now. Click on finish, and yes, so the report is now created. We'll have to wait for some time so that it updates the data inside the report. As you can see, it has still not updated any data into the report. So we will close it from here, and we will just double click on this report object and see if it gives us the required data. So can you see this? This is one big disadvantage of Open Office Base, that even after giving all the settings and even after making all the settings perfectly, it is not giving us the desired result. So this is a very, it is an internal bug or a glitch of the Open Office software, right? So we cannot do anything about it because we are not the developers of the software, but we can always look for other alternatives. So this thing we will be now seeing in LibreOffice Base. So students, please be very careful with the report part. For report, understanding how to create reports, please use LibreOffice Base only for reports. Okay. Rest all you can use Open Office Base, but for reports, creating reports, always use LibreOffice Base. So I'm going to close this uh, database in Open Office, and I'm going to open what? LibreOffice. Just check in your task manager that you should not have any background task related to Open Office running here. So I'll just check it once. Calculator also I'll close. Okay, so I don't have any such thing. I can easily just go back to the start, and I'm going to open LibreOffice. So I've opened LibreOffice, and from here you can go to open file, and the area, the folder where you have saved your databases. Normally I save all my databases in the databases folder here. So I will be clicking on this. Yes, so I'm going to click on open. And it takes some time to open the software, and it opens the same database over here. So I'm going to the report section over here, right? And this report I'm going to delete, and I'm going to create that report once again. Okay, so now here in LibreOffice, you can see one change. There are two options for creating reports: design view and wizard. But in your syllabus, you only have wizard, so you have to follow only wizard way. Okay, I'm going to create on use wizard to create a report. And just be a little patient, and here you can see there is a different view of creating reports, right? So I'm going to close this first of all, right? Just take a look at the report design view. Okay, so just wait, let me explain this part first. Now this is your report design view. Report design view, where you can yourself design a report. Now every report is what? It is just a hard copy, so it will be printed on a paper, on a page. So every page has a page header and a page footer. Usually things which are displayed on the page header are the company logo. You can display the on page header. Normally we display these things. The company name, report title, the company logo, okay, any tagline if you want to type over here, like building 25 years of trust or something like this, some tagline if you want, or any other information which has to be displayed only once. Any other information in the page header, right? And it also contains something very, very important, that is field names. Page header also contains field names, because field names are usually they are contained in the header row, and that header row has to be printed only once. Like if it is a student table, so you'll have roll number, student name, class, section, okay, marks. So these are what? These are all the field names, and because these are field names, so you might need to display the field names only once, right? So that is why, so you might need to display the field names only once, hence they will be displayed in the page header section. And table data which is contained in the table will be displayed in the details section. This is the detail section. Right. Now detail section, it draws records individually one by one from the table, and it displays the record. So this is something which is repetitive. Again and again, one record each is fetched from the table and displayed in the detail section. So for this, you will be having one single block. I will show it to you when we actually create a report. So that will be displayed in the detail section, and that will always refer to data which is fetched from the table. And then you have the page footer over here. So normally page footer contains what? Page number, okay, or date, time, right, or any other info which we need to specify in the page footer, the author of the page, okay, the company, copyrights information, or any other information which you need to specify only once, that is specified in the page footer. So page header and page footer will contain details only which are not to be repeated or drawn from the table, right? So we'll close it. And now I'm going to close this once again, and let us use the wizard again. So we go to wizard, and from here I'm going to select the same query which we had selected earlier, fields in report. See, I'll show you one example of a glitch. You can see something here. They should have written it as fields, Fields, but they forgot to type F over there. Okay, so this is one major mistake. You will not find such kind of a glitch in Microsoft Office, that is Access, because that is a proprietary software. People are paying to use that software. That's another story, that most of us use a pirated version of it. But over here, this base LibreOffice or OpenOffice, this is a free of cost software and open source software. And open source software, those who are developing these softwares, they don't get paid for creating these softwares, right? And hence the kind of an attitude which they have is a lackluster attitude, because what, no matter what, even in free of cost, being free of cost, you are getting so many different features. Almost most of the features of any popular office software you can apply over here, you can use it over here. So what's the big deal about having a simple spelling mistake? Okay, so this is, these kind of things happen in open source software. We'll go to the next step now. And now you can see when you went to the next step, at the back of it, at the back of it, you can see all the field names which are appearing. Detail header. Okay, this is the header part of the detail section, and you get CNAME, V code, vehicle type, and kilometer. 4 things. Then we go to next. And add grouping fields. Yes, so I'm going to group everything based on vehicle type. So I'm going to send vehicle type to grouping. Then go to next. So now next is sorting. So already it will sort according to vehicle type, and within this, within each vehicle type, it will sort it according to customer name. And then again we go to next. Now how do you want the layout? Tabular like this or columnar? So I'm keeping it as tabular right now. Go to next and change the name, change the title of report. Then create report now, click on finish. It takes some time. And now it created a report, as you can see over here. And you can see vehicle type AC deluxe bus. Okay, and only Hitesh Jain is traveling by that. The V code is V02 and 450 kilometers. Then Frederick Sim ordinary bus. And Volvo bus is being used by 2 people, K. Nival and Ramesh Jaya. So you can see how your report has been created. So far, your report is displaying the correct information. So you can save the report. I'm going to just save the report as save as, and it will be saved as .odf text document, that is as a writer document. So I'm going to just save it, right? So now it is saved as a writer document, and you can see the name of the software in the background, LibreOffice Writer and .odt. So now you can make any changes, you can add anything over here, give header and footer information, or I'm going to close it from here. Now I will be making some changes in the report. So I will select, I'll go back to my database view, and here is the report. I'll right click on it and I'll click on edit. Now we are in the report view. Now over here in the page header, I can type something. So how to type? You can see over here, we get a number of different controls. I get a label control here. So I'm just going to draw a label control and type something on it. Properties, yes. So here you can see there is a properties button. Just click on properties, select the control and click on properties, and you will get the properties window over here. If I click this button, properties will go. Okay, so now I need to first select this label, then click on this button to open the properties window. Now from here I can change the label. So I'm going to change the label here. Name, I can just give it as LBL report title. And the name, I'm going to change it as details of vehicle type and customers. I've just given a label over here. Okay. And I'll just scroll down and I'll go to font and I will change the font from here. You can change. Now you can see as I change the label text, it got changed over here. And I can even change the font. Let me select some nice font from here. Sita handwriting, or I'll select some nice font, nice decorative font. Suppose I have selected this Bullpen 3D, and let me give it a nice large font size. And I'll go to font effects. I can choose the font color from here. So LibreOffice gives you a number of different options. And you can see how it is. You just have to increase the width. And here we get a nice texture. We get a nice title over here, nice decorative title. And here you can also change the alignment of it. Right now it is left alignment. Just click on center and you can see it takes up center alignment, right? And you can also insert any image over here. So I'll switch off this properties box. We go to insert media and we can insert images into it. So let us see if there are any suitable images which I can insert. Okay, I think I have images. Yes, I have my logo. So I'm going to insert my logo here. And wait. Okay. Currently, it's not allowing me to increase the size of the logo because of the text. Yes, so I have to, yes, I had to move the text, this label field a little bit towards the right hand side. And now you can see I have inserted my logo also, and I have inserted this also. Now I will save all the changes. So you can see the save button over here, or you can also press Ctrl S. So I have clicked on save, and now I will close this report view, report design view. Again, I'm back at the database window and you can see the report here. Just double click on it and now it opens in the report view. So you can see it that whatever logo I have provided, it appears in the background. The title also appears in a nice way. So this is how you can easily create reports and apply various features to your reports. Did you understand, students? Was it clear to everyone how to work with reports and how to create queries using reports? Sorry, how to create reports using queries. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So please practice these. The class is not over yet. Okay. So now this was all about your report. So we learned how to create tables in the database. Okay. Uh, we learned how to create tables, how to create queries, how to create forms, and how to create reports, right? Forms also you can create. Now, one more thing I'm going to teach you in forms. So I'll just go back to forms. And in this, we will learn how to create a sub form. Okay. So I'm just going to save this and I'm going to again go back to OpenOffice. So I'm going to close it from here. And again, I'll go back to OpenOffice. Go to database, open an existing database, click on finish. So we are back again. Okay, something says that I cannot, connection cannot be established. Right, wait. I need to first close, yes, the report view, everything. See, when you have to switch between LibreOffice and OpenOffice, you have to be very, very careful about any of the background applications. Okay. And also that you need to close one software completely to move to the next software. Now that I have closed everything, I'm going to select it from here. Yes, now I can see form here. So again, now I'm going to use a wizard to create form. So I'm going to use wizard. And now let us create a form on a query. So here you can see, let's take up the case of query sum of periods subject group. So I'm going to select this query. Whatever is there, just pass it to the fields. Now in queries, you have to be, whenever you are creating forms using queries, insertion of records might become a problem. Okay, because some of the fields like this field, second one, that is sum, that is a calculated field. This field has been created from the existing field in the table. So if you make any changes here, that will not be updated in the table. So you have to be a bit cautious about this. Go to next, go to next, and select any layout, like I'm selecting in blocks or labels above. Then again go to next, and here don't allow, you can just restrict it, don't allow modification, deletion or addition of data. Go to next, select any layout, any style from here, provide 3D look or flat look. Go to next, and here you can just provide form, just write form and work with the form. Click on finish. So your form is created and you can see the number of periods or subject. And if you want, you can change this label also. At the bottom, you can see the navigator, like you can go to the next record or last record. So this is the, you can easily, you can see the next records, you can see the previous records. And now suppose you want to change this label. So what to do for that? We need to open it in the edit view. So again, I'll close it from here. I'll go to the form page, and here I'll locate my form and right click on it, go to edit. Now I'm in edit, and here I'm going to change the label. So firstly, I need to edit it. So right click. One more way is, if you don't want to ungroup it and still you want to edit, you can click on edit group. Now you are in edit group. Now here you can individually, without ungrouping the label and the text box, you can work on the individual controls. So I want to change the content of this label. So I'll magnify this, and to change that you have to scroll down, and on this particular toolbar here you can see the control button. Click on the control button to enable all the properties of this label. So the first thing, label, change the label to subject. Then you go to font and you can make changes to it. Like I can change the font size. I'm changing the font size to 14. Make it bold. Go to font effects and give it a light yellow color and click on OK. And you can see that it has changed. Okay, so this is subject. And same way you can change it for this one also. So right click on this group, edit group, select this label, click on this control, and here label you can change. See, name will be the same, but you can change name also, you can change label also. So I'm just changing the label, total periods. Okay, and font also you can change from here. (14) I had selected. I'll go to font effects and I'll select yellow green over here. Click on OK, and you can see total periods over there. Close this, and this is how you have modified your form. Changing the background, we go to format menu, we go to page options, And from here, we can go to graphic, browse, and select any available image which is there on your system. So I have a lot many images here. Like I have this a background image, so I can click on that and click on OK. And you can see that background image is applied. If you want, you can make other settings also. So I'll go to format, I'll go to page, and this graphic, I can choose it as area, or I can set it as position. Click on OK, and this is it. So you can just give a nice background to your form. Okay, so this way I have set the background of the form. And once you make all the changes, you have to click on save as, click on close. And if you want to now actually start browsing through your form records, double click on the form, and now your form is ready to go. So this way your form works. We'll see one more thing in reports. But the rest of the procedure is the same. This is sorting records based on more than one fields. So now here, how are we going to sort the records? First is in all the English records. Then according to the alphabetical order, we have to check. We have seen B next, that is biology. Then we have chemistry. Then we have maths, and then we have physics. So first we are arranging all the records or sorting all the records based on the ascending order of subjects. Now within each subject, we are going, first we will do this one. Okay, so let us go back to our queries. Go to queries, and let's go to query in the design view and select the school table from here. So we first select the field here. We need to display all the records. So I'm selecting asterisk over here. And then next, in the next part, I'm going to select the field subject. And here you can see a sort option. You see a sort section. So you are going to apply a sort here. Sort based on ascending order of subject, and remove this check. Only this field will be used for sorting, and rest you are already displaying all the field values. I'm going to save this record, this query as query sort multiple fields, right? And click on OK, and let us run this. And you can see biochemistry. Okay, I'm sorry, I just misplaced E over there. First will be B, C, then E, M, and then physics. So you can now see that all the records are sorted in the ascending order of subject. Now I want to also sort the names of the teachers within each subject group. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of this so that I'll be able to explain it better. Yes, so now within each of the subject, you can see bio only one student is there, so it will be as it is. Chemistry only one student is there, as it is. But now English, you can see there are two records. So now there will be sorting in between these two records. So which one falls first? L fall first, so already they are sorted, right? This is first, this is second. Maths only one record is there, so no need. Now physics, again 3 records are there. So you can see Umesh's name is at the top here in this group. So again we will sort. Ganan will be number 1 according to alphabetical order. Second will be Priya Rai. Third will be Umesh. So this is second level sorting. So first level sorting is based on subject, and second level sorting is based on teacher. So this is how we add more levels of sorting. We say this multiple levels of sorting. Right? So let's check out this over here practically. I go back here and I'll go to query design view. Let us take the same query that was sorting. Yes, sort multiple fields, right click on it, edit, and we'll make the changes here itself. So first level of sorting, I am giving it to subject, okay, and sort based on ascending order. And the second level, I am giving it to teacher name, and here also ascending order, and don't display the values. Save it and let us run it. Now you can see biology Ravi Anish, chemistry Harish B, English already they were sorted, maths only one record, and in physics you can now see how records are sorted. First Ganan, then Priya Rai, then Umesh. So here we have seen an example of sorting based on more than one fields. So students, with this I will end today's class. I hope you all understood everything in today's class.
Yes, ma'am.
Was it clear? So we complete these things, and now from Monday onwards, I am going to start with select, that is queries. Okay, so SQL I will start. So I'll take few days to complete SQL. This is the main part. Then we will start with web applications and security. Okay. So with this, I will end today's class, students. Thank you.